Good morning. Encircling prayer. The came, or encircling prayer, in a Celtic tradition that involves simply drawing a circle around yourself or another person physically or in your imagination. This encircling prayer is grounded in one's awareness of constant companionship and protection of the divine. It reminds us that the divine is in this place. Often, as they would embark on journeys or felt at risk, Celtic pilgrims would inscribe a circle around themselves as a reminder of the divine's ever-present companionship and protection. Circle me, Lord, keep protection near and danger far. Circle me, Lord, keep hope within and doubt without. Circle me, Lord, keep light near and darkness far. Circle me, Lord, keep peace within and danger without. Welcome all. My name is Becky Moffett-Moore, and I'm from the Sunday Services Committee. I would like to extend a welcome to everyone gathered here this morning. Though we are spread afar, whether you're new or a regular at People's Church, to those of you who are visitors to our services or here for the first time, thank you for being with us today. We know you come from different backgrounds, different places, different religions, different beliefs. We hope you will find comfort, connection, challenge, and love here. We hope you will find ways to provide outreach to others in our congregation, in our local community, and in the world community. People's Church is a member congregation of the Unitarian Universalist Association and a part of a tradition of liberal religion. Here, our mission is to be a beloved community, embracing and serving our diverse world. Whoever you are, I welcome you and we welcome you.
This day we come once more together as winds of earth call forth our names. My people are from the strength of this circle. May we come rejoicing, determined, united in love of life again. This day we come once more together as winds of earth
chalice lighting this morning is from Saint Columba, who is called the Dove. If you are lighting a chalice at home, you are encouraged to type in the chat box, the chalice is lit in your neighborhood, your city, your community, your street. Saint Columba was the founder of the abbey at Iona, Scotland, was known as the Dove. When he died in 597 AD, legend says that even the animals cried. He loved them so much. He died in chapel one night in prayer. The church glowed in heaven's light. And this is the prayer. My dearest Lord, be thou a bright flame before us. Be thou a guiding star above us. Be thou a smooth path beneath us. Be thou a gentle breeze upon us. Be thou a guiding hand upon us. Be thou a gentle shepherd beside us, this day and forevermore.
Good morning. This week's story is called Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. And it goes like this. One day, Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. He loved his shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes when splat! Oh no! Pete stepped in a big pile of strawberries. What color are his shoes now?
Red.
Red. Here they are. His shoes turned red. Did Pete cry?
No.
Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song like this. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes when splat! Oh no. Pete stepped in a big pile of blueberries. Now what color are his shoes? They turned... What color is that?
Yeah.
What color is it?
Blue.
Blue. Did Pete cry?
No.
Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song like this. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes when splat!
Yeah.
Oh no. Pete stepped in a big puddle of mud. Squelch. Now what color are his shoes?
Brown.
They turned brown. Oh, there they are, his brown shoes. Did Pete cry?
No.
Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song like this. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes when splash! Oh no. Pete stepped in a big bucket of water. And all the brown and all the blue and all the red washed away. What color are his shoes? Do you remember?
White.
They are white. But they were also wet. Oh dear. Did Pete cry?
No.
Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song like this. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes, which goes to show you, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song because it is all good.
The offering this morning comes from the Lorica. The following text is translated from circa 8th century Irish text called the Lorica and is attributed to St. Patrick. Be thou my vision, O God of my heart, nothing surpasses the love you impart. You my best thought by day and by night, Walking or sleeping, your presence my light. Riches I need not, nor life's empty praise. You, my inheritance, now and always. You and you only are first in my heart. Great God, my treasure, may we never part.
When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad, miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Questioning child's face, say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
People support one another in life, in good times and in difficult times. One of the ways we do this is by taking time out in the service to share important personal milestones and changes impacting our lives, whether joyful or sorrowful. If you have a personal issue you wish to share, enter it along with your name in the chat box, and I will read it and I will place a stone in the bowl. The mixing of ripples of water signify how we are all interconnected. If you may also ask that a stone be placed in the bowl without making a statement. I will pause the service recording now to maintain privacy. I will now place extra stones for the joys and the sorrows that remain unspoken. Sources of reason and radiance, sources of courage and compassion, keep watch over those who work or watch or weep this day. May the suffering be soothed, may the weary find rest, may the sick be tended, may the dying and those who love them find peace. May the joyous be shielded, and may all of us know that we are all wrapped in a love that surrounds us always, a web that connects us to all that exists.
Deep peace prayer that is universally practiced in the Celtic tradition, each person in their own special way, universal and unique. This is the way I learned it. The 4 elements of the compass, north, south, east, and west. The 4 elements of classical philosophy, earth, air, water, fire. The body in the form of a Celtic cross. Let me demonstrate. Deep peace of the blowing wind to you. Deep peace of the flowing wave to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you, and you pretend to touch your toes. Deep peace of the shining star to you, and you reach out to the heavens. Deep peace of the spirit of peace to you. You stretch out your arms in the cross. Deep peace of the spirit of peace. Cross your arms in the medieval prayer pattern. Again, deep peace of the blowing wind to you. Deep peace of the flowing wave to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining star to you. Deep peace of the spirit of peace to you. Deep peace of the spirit of peace.
Grace and peace. I am the Reverend Dr. David Moffett-Moore, and nobody calls me that. I am delighted to share with you this morning from my doctoral dissertation, Life as Pilgrimage, a View from Celtic Spirituality. So let's just get our Irish on, right? Beginning with some readings of the poems and prayers. The petition. Be thou a smooth way before me, be thou a guiding star above me, be thou a keen eye behind me, this day, this night, forever. If only thou, O God of life, be at peace with me, be my support, be to me as a star, be to me as a helm, from my lying down in peace to my rising anew. And a journey blessing. Bless to me, O God, the earth beneath my foot. Bless to me, O God, the path whereon I go. Bless to me, O God, the thing of my desiring. Thou evermore of evermore, bless thou to me my rest. Bless to me the thing whereon is my mind. Bless to me the thing whereon is set my love. Bless to me the thing whereon is set my hope. O thou King of kings, bless thou to me mine eye. And the pilgrims aiding. God be with thee in every pass. Jesus be with thee on every hill. Spirit be with thee on every stream, headland and ridge and lawn, each sea and land, each moor and meadow, each lying down, each rising up, in the trough of the waves, in the crest of the billows, each step of the journey thou goest. As thou wast before at my life's beginning, be thou so again at my journey's end. As thou wast beside at my soul's shaping, be thou too at my journey's close. Be with me at each time, lying down and arising up. Be with me in sleep companioned by dear ones. Be with me a watching each evening and morning, and allure me home to the land of the saints. And lastly, the circuit. I make my circuit in the fellowship of my God, on the make-hair of the meadow, in the cold heathery hill, on the corner in the open, on the chill windy dock, to the noise of drills blasting, to the sound of children asking, I make my circuit in the fellowship of my God, in city street or on spring turfed hill, in shop floor room or at office desk. God has no favorite places. There are no special things. All are God's, and all is sacred. I tread each day, in light or dark, in the fellowship of my God. Be the sacred three of glory interwoven with our lives, until the one who walks it with us leads us home, through death to life. And the weaving of the words, and the wandering of the way, lead us to the place of the land of love and delight. Enjoy this next song.
Wake now my senses and hear the earth call. Feel the deep power of being in all. Keep with the web of creation your vow, giving, receiving as love shows us how. Wake now my reason, reach out to the new. Join with each pilgrim who quests for the true. Honor the beauty and wisdom of time. Suffer thy limit and praise the sublime. Wake now compassion, give heed to the cry. Voices of suffering fill the wide sky. Take as your neighbor both stranger and friend. Pray conscience, with justice thy guide. Join with all people whose rights are denied. Take not for granted a privileged place. God's love embraces the whole human race. Wake now, my vision of ministry clear. Brighten my pathway with radiance here. Mingle my calling with all who will share. Work toward a planet transformed by our care.
I remember going to the island of Iona, walking the Relig O'Drain, the burial ground of the kings. 48 kings are buried there, kings of Scotland and Ireland, Northumbria, Lords of the Isles, Norse, Picts. Macbeth is buried there, and Duncan, whom he killed to gain the kingship, and Malcolm, who killed Macbeth in return. Visiting the abbey, sitting in the sanctuary that's been restored to its 11th century splendor, and praying in that cloister. The air was thick with the presence of God. Breathing in the breath of the divine, hearing the angels sing as the birds took wing, sensing God's touch on my cheek, knowing God's own hand held my heart, feeling that divinity all around. A time and a place made thin because it was so thick with the presence of God, permeated with the holy, infused with the divine. A time, a time between heaven and earth. I sat there in the grass of the cloister, shedding tears of joy and humility. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. The bedrock in the Isle of Iona is a small island off the island of Mull, which is a larger island off the west coast of Scotland. The bedrock in the Isle of Mull is some 50 million years old, which is some age. But the bedrock for Iona is 3.5 billion years old. It is among the oldest rock on the surface of the planet. It is a place that was holy long before there were Celts or Christians. First humans in the area sensed that sacred moment, that sacred place, and deemed it to be a holy place. The Celts originated some 3,000 years ago, approximately where Hungary is now in Central Europe, and spread throughout all of Europe and into Turkey. Of course, they met up with the Roman army and lost. So they were left to find their way in Valencia in Spain and Brittany in France, Cornwall in England, the Isle of Man, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. The edge of Europe, the edges. Celtic spirituality has grown from a passing fad to a media phenomenon. If you use the word Celtic in a title or a description, it almost guarantees successful sales for the book. What is the Celtic spirituality? It's based upon the faith and life and experiences of the ancient Irish and Scots. Celtic spirituality affirms the innate goodness of all creation and the intimate nearness of the divine in and through all created things, nature, personal relationships, the flow of seasons, the passage of time, and the human life cycle. Every moment of each day is filled with awe and wonder of God. Each visitor is but God in disguise coming to visit us. We respond with simple joy of celebrating life in all its fullness. The subtitle of my book, Life as Pilgrimages, A View from Celtic Spirituality, and the whole text in one sentence, to save you the trouble, is life is a journey from the place of our birthing to the place of our rising. Life is a journey from the place of our birthing to the place of our rising. All life is holy privilege. That's how the Celtic Christians describe the whole of life to be that spiritual pilgrimage. The sacredness of life is not found in its destination as much as in the journey itself. The Celts believed in the immanence of the divine, in thin times and places, in a rightness to the seasons and a blessedness in each day. Friendship is a holy gift to be fostered. Life is a holy gift meant to be enjoyed fully, shared generously, cherished lovingly, and released gently when our time comes, as it does for all of us. The ancient Celts welcomed Christian missionaries, and the conversion of Ireland to Christianity was accomplished without bloodshed. In time, the Irish themselves sent Christian missionaries out to re-Christianize Northern Europe. It's described by in Thomas Cahill's book, How the Irish Saved Civilization. Yes, that's right, How the Irish Saved Civilization, and you'll find it in the nonfiction section. By exploring the tenets of Christian spirituality, we can be encouraged to see in our own lives as personal pilgrimage and a balanced approach involving worship and witness in each passing day. Celtic pilgrimage specifically expressed the love of travel and of exploring, being on the road and on the way. A pilgrimage is a ritual journey with a hallowed purpose. Each step has meaning. Getting there is not the point, going there is. The pilgrim knows that life-threatening challenges and life-giving opportunities will emerge. A pilgrimage is a transformational journey during which significant change takes place. It's a change, inner change, more than an outer change. New insights are won, deeper understandings are attained, places of the heart are visited. It is outer action with inner meaning. Blessings are received and healing takes place. On return from the pilgrimage, life is seen through different eyes. Nothing will ever be the same again. Life is a journey from the place of our birthing to the place of our rising again. Many times we think of pilgrimage as going someplace, going to Rome or Jerusalem, or if you're a Cubs fan, going to Wrigleyville. But for the Celts, the destination wasn't the point, being on the way was. You want to be on the journey. And may the wanderings of our mind and the longings of our heart inspire our feet in the pilgrimage of our soul. May the wanderings of our heart, mind and the longings of our heart inspire our feet in the pilgrimage of our soul. Celtic spirituality has much in common with all the ancient spiritualities and some unique elements as well. Here's 8 characteristics of Celtic Christian spirituality. There is a love of and respect for physical environment. The Celts believed that the first canon of Scripture, the first holy Scripture, wasn't written in words on a page, but nature itself. All creation is an expression of the divine presence and purpose in our midst, the promise of God revealed in God's creation. That's the first canon. Secondly, there is a love of learning that was inherited from the Druid culture of pre-Christian time. The most common language after Latin in early Middle Ages was Irish. The Irish built monasteries and libraries and preserved the learning of classical Mediterranean world in the early Middle Ages. Thirdly, there's a yearning to travel and explore the unknown, that pilgrimage again. They had to pass laws in Ireland telling people they had to stay home because the Irish wanted to get out and wander and explore. Fourthly, there's a love and silence love of silence and solitude. If a person would decide to become a monk and go out into the wilderness and be alone in prayer, and the Irish, there'd be somebody saying, "Oh, I'll go be alone with them." Pretty soon you've got a community of people being alone together. Fifth, appreciation of time as sacred reality, blessed and already redeemed by God's overflowing compassion. Already redeemed. All life is sacred festival, meant to be enjoyed fully, shared freely, generously, universally, and released gently when our time comes. Sixth, appreciation of ordinary life. The ordinary is extraordinary. And there's a specialness in every day. Every day is a holy night. It's exactly what the song, Peter Mayer's song said. Seventh, belief in the great value of kinship relationships, spiritual ties of soul friends. The saying was, a soul without a friend is like a body without a head. One dare not trust one's own spirituality to oneself. That I need to have a friend, a soul friend, that I can share my soul with, my very soul, the essence and core of my being. A soul without a body is like a soul without a friend is like a body without a head. And lastly, the recognition of the importance of grieving and of having a sense of humor. When we grieve deeply. And we laugh heartily. A couple of stories. There's a story of the mother who was scolding her children for not saying their daily prayers. And she would say, the birds take wing for the glory of God. The fish swim in the sea for the glory of God. The sheep bleat, the cattle moo for the glory of God. The flowers bloom for the glory of God. The trees wave in the wind for the glory of God. The clouds float over the sky for the glory of God. And will my own children be silent? No. Prayer flavored the fullness of each day. And that pilgrimage, there's a story of Irish monks who decide to go on pilgrimage. So they get a coracle, the Irish boat that's barely seaworthy, and they throw away the rudder because they want the spirit to lead where it wills. So the wind blows them across the Irish Sea from Ireland to England, coast of England, and they get out of the boat and start walking across England, which in the Middle Ages consisted of a number of petty kingdoms. If you have 3 cows, you're a king. So the monks were suspected of being Irish raiders, which were a much more common sight than Irish monks. So they're arrested and taken before the king, who interrogates them. And they say, we're not raiders, we're monks. If you're monks, where are you going? What are you doing here? We're on pilgrimage. Well, if you're on pilgrimage, where are you going? And they said, we don't know. Because the point isn't the destination. The point is to be on the journey. So, closing with this final poem. As winter trees stretch out bare arms to a dark sky, we stretch out in the darkness to find the touch of love. As snowdrops turn their gentle faces to the sun, we long to find in that warmth the promise of peace. As the fire breaks in the shell of the seed, so may our pain break the shell of isolation that protects us from ourselves. In the security of darkness, the warmth of sunshine, the promise of fire, may we blossom anew in the miracle of your saving love, O Holy One. May it be so. May it be so.
May the road rise with you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon your fields until we meet again.
Bless to us, O God, the doors we open. Bless to us, O God, the thresholds we cross. Bless to us, O God, the roads that lie before us. Go with us, dear God, as we go forth and welcome us home.